Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most explosive and underappreciated developments in the crypto market right now, the rapid rise of Ethereum ETFs, and especially the incredible growth of BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust, or ETHA. This ETF just hit $10 billion in assets under management in only 10 days, and it's shaking up everything from market flows to institutional sentiment. We're going to cover exactly what this means for Ethereum, what it says about the direction of crypto investing, and whether ETH is starting to outpace Bitcoin as the institutional favorite. So if you're curious about where smart money is flowing in 2025, stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and let's jump into it. ETHA by the numbers. Let's begin with the facts. BlackRock's ETHA hit $10 billion in assets in just 10 days. That makes it the third fastest ETF in US history to reach that milestone. The only two to do it faster? The first Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year. On July 26 alone, ETHA recorded $440 million in net inflows. Total Ethereum ETFs saw $452 million that day. That's more than 3x the inflows of all Bitcoin ETFs combined, which only drew around $130 million. That's not a one-off. This wasn't just a single pump. Ethereum ETFs have now had over 16 consecutive days of net inflows, and ETHA itself is posting numbers that analysts never predicted for an ETH-based product. This isn't just big, it's historic. We're talking about levels of demand that are rapidly rewriting how institutions view Ethereum. Why institutions are flocking to ETH. So, why is this happening? Why is ETHA suddenly dominating headlines? Well, there are a few key reasons. First, ETH staking yields. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum allows institutions to earn passive income by staking. That makes it a productive asset, and that's a big deal to pensions, endowments, and corporate treasuries. Second, the ETF structure brings clarity. These are regulated products, custodied by firms like Coinbase, and they remove the tech friction of actually managing ETH on-chain. No wallets, no private keys, just clean exposure. Third, Ethereum is seen as infrastructure. With upgrades like DNCON and EIP 4844, Ethereum is scaling faster and becoming the base layer for the future of tokenized assets, RWAs, and stablecoins. Also, Bitcoin has already had its ETF boom. ETH is just getting started. The supply-demand crunch. Now here's the really bullish part. According to analysts, Ethereum ETFs could purchase 5.3 million ETH per year at current inflow rates. But the Ethereum network only produces about 800,000 ETH annually post-merge. That's a 7x mismatch between ETF demand and new supply. What happens when demand outstrips supply by 700%? Prices go up. We could be witnessing the early stages of a long-term supply shock for ETH, driven not by retail speculation, but by massive institutional allocation. That's a totally different game. ETH versus BTC, the new narrative. Now let's zoom out. Does this mean Ethereum is overtaking Bitcoin as the king of crypto? Not necessarily. Bitcoin is still the macro hedge, the digital gold. But Ethereum is becoming the tech infrastructure play, the internet of value. Institutions seem to be saying, we'll hold Bitcoin, but we'll build on Ethereum. And with ETH ETF inflows now outpacing BTC ETFs, that narrative is gaining traction. ETH is no longer just the number 2 coin. It's becoming the go-to exposure for smart contracts, tokenized finance, and staking yield. Risks to watch. Of course, it's not all upside. Staking exposure isn't guaranteed in all ETFs yet. The SEC still hasn't made a final ruling on whether ETHA and others can offer staking yield. Grayscale's ETH is still seeing outflows, which could be a sign of profit-taking or rotation. And finally, regulatory clarity is still evolving. The Clarity Act is helping, but there's still risk if ETH is suddenly treated as a security in some jurisdictions. So yes, ETHA is booming, but it's still early days. To wrap it up, ETHA's surge to $10 billion is more than a headline. It's a sign that Ethereum has crossed the Rubicon into true institutional legitimacy. We're seeing demand, we're seeing inflows, and we're seeing narrative momentum. This cycle might not be about meme coins or layer 1 wars. It might be about crypto infrastructure, and Ethereum is leading that charge. So what do you think? Is ETH entering its golden era? Would you invest in ETHA or another Ethereum ETF? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more high signal crypto content, and hit the bell so you never miss what matters next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.